bows out at the end of a grueling 41-game season, which ends today against Japan. The 3-game Glory Tour looks to end the season strong after a surprising loss to Canada and a come-from-behind 3-2 win over a fiery Mexico team last week. The U.S. team will look to make a statement in their final game of the year. On the road in the middle of December, you couldn't pick a nicer place to be than in Phoenix, Arizona. It's the final stop of the Glory Tour. Japan will take on the USA national team. And a pleasant good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Phoenix, along with Wendy Kobayashi. I'm John Paul Della Camera. The big story today is obvious. It's Carla Overbeck's last game in the U.S. national team jersey. And Wendy, Carla will leave us with all kinds of great memories.
JP, in my opinion, she is the greatest leader that the sport of women's soccer has ever seen. She makes every player around her better because of the confidence that she exudes, through her vocal leadership and through her relentless work rate. She has set the standards for the legacy of this U.S. team, and what a legacy she leaves behind. 91-99 World Cup winner, has played in 2 Olympics, and if it weren't for taking a year off to have her son Jackson, she would be a part of the 200 Capt club.
Today, Carla goes up against Japan, a team that has never beaten the United States in 14 previous tries. Today, Japan looks for a win, and they'll try to spoil Carla's going-away party.
3 doors down, the multi-platinum album, The Better Life, featuring the #1 smash hit, Kryptonite. Also including the #1 rock track, Loser. To order by credit card, call 1-888-741-2700. Order now and receive a free music video of their single, Kryptonite.
I will not be afraid of the dark.
I will feel better about my dad living by himself.
I will know my children are safe.
I will finally be able to relax!
ADT's advanced home monitoring helps protect more Americans than any other security company. From burglary, fire, flood, even carbon monoxide. Call now and get the ADT burglary system installed from $99, plus up to 20% off your basic homeowner's insurance. Get the power of ADT.
It's the most wonderful week of the year. With those 50-yard kickings and risky flea flickings, the crowd starts to cheer.
Capital One Bowl Week begins December 24th on ESPN and ESPN2.
Let's hear it for the lady. The one whose work is never done. Without you, none of us would even be here. Here's to you, Mom, from a car with the right stuff to get you through it all. Chevy Malibu, the car you depend on every day. Just like you, we'll be there.
We live in a world of illusions. You see something, you think it's real. Sometimes it is.
Sometimes it's not. Like counterfeit hair care products that look like Paul Mitchell or say they have the same formula, like the ones you might find in drugstores or supermarkets. Don't be fooled by their looks, because we can only guarantee they're Paul Mitchell if you get them in a salon.
Remember, what you see
isn't always what you get.
For a Paul Mitchell signature salon, call this number.
You worry about your car lasting? Imagine going 500 miles in one stretch at 200 miles an hour. That gets out the life right out of your car. That's why my team has always used Havoline Motor Oil. The same unique formulation you can get for your car. Technically speaking, that's the kind of protection I'm talking about. Why aren't you guys working?
Today's match is being brought to you by Texaco and Havoline, proud sponsors of U.S. Soccer and the 2000 U.S. Olympic team. By John Paul Mitchell Systems, by the real Paul Mitchell, sold only in salons. And by Chevrolet. Chevy will be there. Welcome back, everyone, to Phoenix with Wendy Kobayashi. I'm John Paul Della Camera. Time now to meet the third member of our broadcast team. Let's go downstairs to Rob Stone. Rob.
Thanks, JP. We're joined now by Mia Hamm. And you played with Carla, dating all the way back to your collegiate days, one day at the University of North Carolina. When this game is over and you got some alone time with Carla, what are you going to tell her and how are you going to thank her for all she's done to soccer?
Well, it's tough. I really don't think I'll have enough time. I think, you know, the legacy of this team has been built on players like Carla Overbeck. And you talk to anyone out here, and we are better with her out there. And her leadership and her commitment to standards on this team has always been extremely high, and we're going to miss her.
Good. Mia, thanks for your time. Let's send it back upstairs to JP and Wendy.
Thank you, Rob. Starting lineup looks the same for the United States. Here are the starters for the two teams.
And Christy Pearce will continue to start in the back. She's had a very consistent year for the United States team. And in the midfield, co-captain Julie Foudy. Keep your eye on her. She's going to look to start the attack from her central midfield position. And up top for Japan, keep an eye on Homare Sawa. She's very dangerous and actually will play for Atlanta in the WUSA next spring.
So this is the USA team that played last week in the win over Mexico. We have some players missing, but they were not starters. We'll talk about them later on as we're underway. It is Japan in the blue and white, USA in red and blue. And watch for Sawa when she gets the ball. She wears number 9, the most dangerous player on the Japanese team. This ball rolls out. It's an immediate throw-in for the USA. Hamm lets it go through. Milbrett got around one defender, not a second, as it was tackled out of play. This portion of the match being brought to you by MacMillan. Hamm for Milbrett. Knocked out. It'll roll over the goal line for a corner kick, the first one today. You heard Mia Hamm talk about how far back she goes with Carla Overbeck, and you know, probably as much as Carla, she wants to win this one for her today.
Well, there's no question. I think the U.S. is going to come out with a lot more passion. They've been very fatigued this year, but they're going to play this game for Carla.
Hamm will drive this corner kick. Going near post, and it flicked wide. One of the targets was Overbeck. Lilly was also in there. It's going to be another corner kick. On the opposite side, second one for the USA. And they'll do it as a short corner with MacMillan from Foudy. Back toward Julie Foudy, then out it goes. Milbrett plays it out wider. The cross comes through. Hamm didn't get to that one. Lilly smacks it across. Here's a chance as Hamm gets a tough angle. And it's stuck by Yamago. I know it's a tough angle, but if anybody could score from there, it's Mia.
Well, that is a tough angle, JP, and I think she was under so much pressure to turn the corner, she didn't have time to look up to see who she had as far as players or teammates in the box. But the United States is really putting a lot of pressure on Japan right from the get-go. That is more of the attacking style we're used to seeing from the United States.
Mia Hamm, the all-time leading scorer, men's or women's, in terms of international play. Japan will push it out. Overbeck sends it in. Not it down, and Mullinix makes the save. Hara came busting through. She is the captain and also a dangerous player for her squad. But if Japan has been watching tape of the USA recently, Wendy, they know that this team has been vulnerable, especially with those long balls down the middle.
Well, they have, and that's where the United States needs to start their defenses up top and in the midfield so they can keep the Japanese team from serving those balls in the first place.
Nakachi, number 16, lost it out. It's a throw-in for Christy Pearce. A starter now. This is her 30th start this year, a breakthrough year for Christy. Arakawa broke it up. U.S. looks for it in that scramble. They will get it. It's Lilly. Outside left. Brandi Chastain. Tiffany Milbrett coming back. Here's Foudy. Pushing it all the way across. MacMillan's there. USA have been playing in a 4-4-2 for the most part. Fair pushing it up, and it's going to be too far. Intended for Shannon MacMillan to the right. Foudy was also close to it as well. Sandra Hunt in the middle, calling this one today between the USA and Japan and Carla Overbeck's final match. In a U.S. national team jersey, Carla got a great reception from the crowd. And also some flowers from U.S. Soccer and the Japanese national team. Arakawa lost it. Sawa looks for it. It comes back. Over the halfway line. Arakawa looks for it. Sobrero went right over and landed hard. Japan recovers. pressure being put on by the U.S. It results in the turnover. Chloe Fair. Kate Sobrero. Strong Olympic performance again for Sobrero after the World Cup success. 7 on the ball. Kobayashi sends it upfield. Here's Sawa. Long pass. Chastain, I thought, got away with one, but Sandra Hunt calls the play there on the foul.
Well, the crowd is booing, but that was a great call by Sandra Hunt. Brandi Chastain just put her arm out there and kind of clotheslined her. Arakawa went down pretty hard. Now, this is a dangerous place for the United States to be giving up a free kick. Again, we've seen some vulnerability with air balls into the defense. We've seen a couple balls, JP, the last 2 games actually have bounced in the box. So Mullinix needs to really protect this box.
Sent in by Kobayashi, and that's going to be cleared out. Lilly will take it over. Here's Hamm touching it back. Chastain on the ball. They'll put a little pressure on her. Japan haven't played as a national team since June in the Pacific Cup. They've been playing in what's called the L League with a lot of these players. They're in their playoff stages now. Foudy tries to escape some traffic. In the middle, Arakawa. Out wide, left side. Nakachi is the closest one to it, but it's taken back by MacMillan. Then to Pearce. Shannon MacMillan with 12 goals so far in the year 2000 plays it back.
Well, MacMillan did a great job to get back and not get beat over the or behind her backside with that Japanese player making a run out wide. She did a good job to start that defense from the midfield by the United States.
That touch, Milbrett towards Lilly, and it just rolls out. Goal kick coming up for Japan. Christine Lilly scored the first goal last week against Mexico, and then a couple more goals scored by Cindy Parlow. We should say hello to Cindy Parlow, recovering from a foot surgery this past week. Parlow, the leading scorer on the team, watching this game here on ESPN2.
Well, you know that she would actually love to be here. Obviously, she came off of a great game last game, coming in on the field as a reserve and winning the game for the United States. But she had nerve surgery. Apparently, the nerve that they took out of her foot was 3 or 4 times the size of a normal nerve. So you wouldn't have known it watching her play last game, but she's back at home or back in Atlanta. Mom and Dad are there taking good care of her.
Free kick coming up for the United States national team. It is scoreless so far in the 7th minute. This portion of the match being brought to you by Chevrolet as this ball goes out over the end line, and Sandra Hunt says corner kick, 3rd one for the United States. And again, they'll take it short. They've taken 2 out of the 3 short. Milbrett looked for it. It's broken up. Touched over by Hara, and it goes out.
JP, I'd like to see him go ahead and serve some more of these corners in. They've had, how many have they had so far, corner kicks? They've had 3 or 4, and 3 of them have been served short. But they've got a good height advantage against this Japanese team in the box.
Chastain on the throw. And this one is going to come back towards her. And out, still going to be a throw-in for the United States. Brandi Chastain getting ready, capable certainly of the long throw-in, but this time she'll play it back on the throw to Sobrero. Switched over, in the air, MacMillan went forward, and Milbrett, that's going to be cleared away. Pearce nods it down. Japan will collect it and come over to the right sideline. Kobayashi pushed it back. Milbrett over to Hamm, touch back. Fair. Kobayashi getting it back. Sawa. And just got away with that pass. It was not a good one. But Japan comes forward. Full on the attack. It'll be played in a space. And Chastain will just send it out. We've got an update on what the U.S. team did for Carla Overbeck prior to the match. Let's go downstairs to Rob Stone.
Yeah, prior to the match in the locker room, the team gathered around Carla. They gave her a necklace from the team and a journal in which all the players had written some personal thoughts to Carla. Then Julie Foudy spoke up and said to her, you know, Carla, we know you're not sad, but excited to move on to that next step. But as a team, we're all sad. And I spoke with April Heinrichs just before kickoff. She said this team is committed to not crying because they've been doing it for the past 10 days. It's certainly an emotional team, and they're very, very excited and forced and focused to win this one for Carla.
Thanks, Rob. It's going to be tough. We've known about it for a while, but the day is finally here. Kobayashi's pass off is going to be broken up. And we've got another foul in the United States national team. Here in the 9th minute, scoreless from Phoenix. It's a very young Japanese team. Only 8 players came here from the World Cup of '99. They're rebuilding. It comes into Mullinix, who makes an easy grab.
Mullinix, now the #1 goalkeeper on this team, had a great year. Up for Milbrett, knocked away. Japan will touch over. Kobayashi plays it back. Chastain beating Arakawa. Plays it up the left wing. Hamm follows the rolling ball. Pushing it into the box. A slip there by Japan, nearly a handball. Milbrett thought she had some help, but it wasn't coming.
JP, that was a good job by Hamm. She knew she had 2 or 3. She saw 2 Japanese players on her. She could feel a third one coming, one to go ahead and serve a quick ball inside. That's when the other forwards got to work to get on the inside of her defender.
The Nakachi pass up for Hara, and the return goes out of play. USA will have a thrower, the most dangerous player in the field. Still Mia Hamm, even though she's not the team's leading scorer this year. It is Cindy Parnell and Tiffany Milbrett second, but Hamm leads his team in assists. Here's Fair. Trying to settle it, broken up by Sakai. Up for Sawa. Omare Sawa over the halfway line, and she's broken up. Despite being 22, Sawa has all kinds of experience for this team. Olympics, plus a couple of World Cups.
JP, we mentioned at the top of the show that she was actually one of the allocated foreign players, which is the foreign players that were, deemed the best players in the world, who were allocated to the WSA teams early on, even before the draft. And she's going to Atlanta. She'll join Cindy Parlow, Nikki Serlenga, and Brianna Scurry in Atlanta for the beat.
Japan holding on. This portion of the match being brought to you by Secret. Overbeck played it up the middle off a nice Hamm touch. Milbrett tries to return the favor. Backboard Yamazaki playing it all the way back to Yamago. And Hamm almost got to that ball.
Because Japan is playing with a traditional sweeper back in a 4-man back system, that's where Yamaki's organization was real strong. She read that through ball. She's got to be prepared for those because Hamm has such great speed.
Japan will take it over, looking to counter quickly with the early ball, but the USA had 4 players back, including Sobrero. Kate will play it all the way over to the right side for Pearce. Settled there by MacMillan. They look for a quick give and go, but it wasn't on, so they'll change things around. Back to MacMillan. Outside, it was intended for Foudy on the wing. It goes out. The USA will have a throw-in.
Here we'll take a look. Look at this great pressure by Hamm up top. Slides in and almost wins that ball. And that's, I talk about it all the time, that the best defense starts from the attack. Starts with the forwards up top. If the forwards are putting good pressure on the other team's defense, typically what will happen is they're not going to win that ball, JP, but they're actually going to cause the Japanese team to serve a bad ball, and Foudy and Fair will easily pick up the serve right in the midfield.
Lilly facing her opponent square on, and then lost the ball as she tried to make a move. Nearly 12 minutes gone in this first half from Phoenix. It is scoreless. 19-year-old Kobayashi leaves it off. No flag. Now it's up on Sawa. Offside is Japan. And a good thing she had a breakaway.
Serve from the midfield, and remember, if you're even, you're on, and there's no question that she is 3 or 4 yards offside, and that is very nice organization by Captain Carla Overbeck in the back.
Japan will play it wide. Sawa moves it back. Over the top, Pearce has the speed to catch it with Arakawa chasing, and it belongs to the USA on a throw-in. Pearce, one of the faster players on this U.S. squad. Overbeck moving it up.
Pearce has had a great year. She's one of these underrated players, and I bet a lot of people that are watching don't remember the fact that she started and played every minute of the Olympics in Sydney. She's one of these players who's, like I said, doesn't get enough press because she just does a really solid job, but she's not real flashy, but her speed is what really, really helps the United States defense.
Kobayashi plays it back, switched over by Isozaki. Fair put a lot of pressure on the defense there, almost won that ball. Out by Pearce. Japan will have a throw-in from deep in their own territory. Pearce, another one of those converted strikers, and the USA has been great over the years in taking good goal scorers and making them backs. Chastain is another one that comes to mind, and there are others too.
And that just doesn't happen at the international level. A lot of times college coaches will recruit players for their athleticism. Typically they'll play up front and they'll turn them into marking backs or zone backs.
Sawa makes a run. Sobrero has the legs to get it. Back towards Mullinix. Missouri Mullinix moving it forward. And then for Foudy, that was too far. Kobayashi. She scored a goal in her international debut. It was a game winner against France. Part of the youth movement on Japan. Settle there. Hara. Not a good pass. Cleared away by the United States. And Japan will win it back in their own end. They're playing for a spot, Japan, in the next World Cup in 2003, and they're already on their second coach since World Cup '99 ended. Here's Sawa facing goal, cracking it, but it's too high. And you can't give her free shots, that's for sure, because that's the one player that could beat you.
Oh, she's very dangerous, JP, and what I saw happening there is that there was too much of a space between the defense and the midfield for the United States. Bear's got to be sure that she's not getting too, over anxious on the attack. She's got to fill in that spot between Overbeck and Foudy.
Japan looks for that ball at the halfway line. It's Hara taking it over. Hara looks and switches. The U.S. will take it back. Back for the captain. Overbeck. Tackled away. Arakawa. Foudy chases her. Arakawa by herself for the moment. She may have a go on her own. A lot of dribbling. Now she finally sees Kobayashi. Cross all the way over towards Hara. Japan should have made something out of that, or at least gotten a shot out. That was some great ball control for a while, but at some point she either had to shoot or give it up.
Well, really surprising to see that although the U.S. had 3 or 4 players around her on defense, we'll take a look at it here. Somebody's got to step in. Look at her. Take a touch. She's still touching it. No, a U.S. player's got to go ahead and step in there because that's a great ball out wide to Kobayashi. Serves it in the box. It could be very dangerous.
She looks good, Arakawa, and that's her international debut, and she's playing against the USA national team. This portion of the match being brought to you by Allstate. It is still scoreless. We're hit the 16-minute mark. 16 minutes gone. Mullinix facing Japan here at the end of the year. Her international debut was a win over this team. Fair comes back. Overbeck has some help. She'll play it back to the feet of Mullinix, a Mullinix strength. Zero will be playing with the Washington team in the WUSA. Off a deflection. Japan will recover. Pushed out towards Sawa, Japan's all-time leading scorer. Kasajima, Arakawa. Number 14, Arakawa plays it long into space. Nakachi's the closest player to it, but she won't get it. USA throw in. Pearce was going to take it. Sandra Hunt has blown the whistle. There was another ball in the field.
We've seen that before.
Yes, we have. Controversially. I remember that. This one wasn't bad.
We're already 17 minutes into this match, and the United States is letting Japan feel like they're able to play with them, which we've seen against Canada, we've seen against Mexico, and traditionally those teams have not been able to play with the United States consistently. And what I'm seeing is, I don't know whether it's the fatigue of the year, but it just seems like the fire to attack is not in this U.S. squad. They had a great chance on that early corner in the first couple minutes to score a goal, and that would have certainly helped, but they just don't seem to have that same fire. Would you agree?
Yes, I would. Absolutely. I think part of it's the fatigue. I think a letdown after the Olympics, even if they won it. Here's Arakawa with speed behind the U.S. defense. Arakawa with a bad shot. Japan should have had the lead. She had it all going for her and shot it wide. In her first international match, she nearly scores a goal.
Well, and I would say it's probably because it's her first international match that she was a little bit inexperienced on what to do. But here's a beautiful ball thread through. Overbeck's trying to give chase here, but she doesn't have the speed to keep up with her. But now, what needs to happen there for Japan is Arakawa needs to look up and see what she has as far as options in the box. She had tons of time and space to make a nice serve.
That would have been
finish from that angle.
That would have been a stunner for Japan to go up against the USA. A team that they hardly score against, much less the game's first goal. All the way back. USA with Sobrero. I'm sure these players will be happy when this year is over. That indoor tour, I think, took a lot out of them, too. It's two different games that you're playing, and sometimes, like last week, several of them had played the night before indoors in Dallas, then they play outdoors in Houston, and that does take its toll.
Well, and it is a different game, JP. That's one of the most important points to make. These players are, although they are fatigued, they're also seasoned veterans, and you know what it takes to rest their bodies. But April Heinrichs, the problem is she's had these players coming in, and she really hasn't been able to train them a couple days before. Like in Houston, the players coming in from Dallas, they arrived late that night. She didn't have a training session to get them back out on the full pitch and ready for a full 90.
Bear is down, but looks to be okay as the U.S. breaks up right side. That's going to be tackled out for a throw-in for the USA. Shannon MacMillan over there to take it. Shannon MacMillan, one of quite a few players, actually, that played professionally in Japan. Milbrett played there, Chastain, and Kerry Raygor, when her name was Kerry Sanchez, played for a short while in '96. Pushed all the way across, and Foudy loses. Whose ball? Corner kick. Little hesitation, but they'll give it as the fourth USA corner. Last couple they played short. Let's see what they do with this one. MacMillan puts it down, far side.
MacMillan serves a great driven ball off of this corner kick. Keep your eye on Chastain. She'll probably target her in the center of the box.
MacMillan to fair, and it's going to be cleared away. All the way upfield. Sobrero catching up to it on the right side. Lifting in with fair, putting some pressure on, forcing that bad clearance, and the USA will have a throw in deep. 21st minute, scoreless. Played inside towards Hamm. She's double teamed. Down she goes. Cleared away. On the frustrations of a goal scorer, you got to get hacked and whacked, but she keeps bouncing back and scoring. Hamm on the far side, double teamed. She still got the loudest ovation when she was introduced today here in Phoenix. This portion of the match is being brought to you by John Paul Mitchell Systems. We have a USA throw-in. Intended for Milbrett, not close enough. Lifted up high, and it's caught nicely by Yamago. Yamago will clear it.
There's a nice ball by MacMillan. Just serves it nicely up into the box. If it was pulled out just a bit more, Foudy would have had a chance to get her head on it.
And we're back live as Yamago has a chance to clear this ball very long. Down and taken over by Hara. She recovered her balance well, then took a bump from fair. Hara was one of the 8 that played in World Cup '99 for Japan. Finished poorly, though, in 13th place. Near side, knocked out of play. Throw it for Japan. Looks to get the return, cleared away by Chastain, all the way upfield and out of play, and we'll have a throw-in. 23rd minute. Neither team has scored, but Japan has really come close on a couple of occasions here.
JP, because the '99 World Cup was the last major event that this Japanese team played, it was interesting when we were talking about the technical report before the game that they play a lot of quick serves, like it's like playing in a 5v2 space where they're playing short passes to try and build an attack. I think they'd be a lot more effective if they would try and get a little bit wide. And on the same note, the United States is most effective when they get the ball wide. They haven't done that well today.
They were wide, now they're getting closer inside. They were looking for Lilly on the cross. It's a corner kick, number 5 for the United States.
Hats off to number 7, Kobayashi for Japan. She made a great run to get back on Milbrett. She made a huge defensive play there.
MacMillan looks to see what's out there. USA dominating in the corners. Nothing to show for it yet. Struck the fair, who's good in the air, and that header goes wide. Despite her lack of size or height at 5'3", she's one of the best players in the air for the U.S. 16th ranked TCU takes on Southern Mississippi in the GMAC Mobile Bowl Wednesday, December 20th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. Don't miss one of the Heisman Trophy finalists. Danian Tomlinson take the field for TCU at Ladd Memorial Stadium in Mobile, Alabama. For more information, log on to ESPN.com. A lot of college football games coming your way right here. Right side, Pearce will move it up. 24th minute. USA trying to find some seams in Japan's defense. Japan trying to do likewise. They found some against the U.S. From that right side, it's Pearce. Overbeck will hold. Send it near side to Chastain. It's going to be knocked out of play. Let's go downstairs for an update with Rob Stone.
Well, JP, who says warm-ups aren't physical? Nikki Sherlenga, you see her left thumb taped up. She took a ball into the thumb during warm-up. She had a ring on it, and the thumb started swelling up, and they were really worried about trying to get it off. They finally got it off, taped it up. They're worried it might be broken or sprained, but she's going to have to get that thumb x-rayed after the game. But you know what? They don't play with the hand, so it's not a big issue, right?
Thank you, Dr. Stone, and you're absolutely right. Sherlenga's had a nice year in her debut season with the national team. And a player to watch certainly in the future. Corner kick number 6 for the U.S. Hamm across the way, and it's tipped away by Yamago. It's a big save. Got herself out of some trouble. It's another corner kick on the other side. Overbeck is up for this, among many others. Chastain, who's good in the air, is about 12, 13 yards out. As MacMillan strikes.
They cleared into their own net. Beautiful finish by Brandi Chastain.
Off of that corner kick. Well, all those corner kicks finally led to something. MacMillan feeding and Chastain finishes. Brandi's 25th international goal. And it comes in the 26th minute. And a goal that the USA certainly needed at this point. And we'll have a throw in this portion of the match. Is being brought to you by Hershey's Milk Chocolate. Obey up the middle. That one's blocked. Hamm will settle. Set up field, Foudy. Nice dummy through from Milbrett to Lilly. Christine Lilly attacks. Lilly in the box. That's tackled away by Yamazaki. But you're starting to see that fire there, and Lilly taking on a defender 1v1.
Well, she had an early quick serve to MacMillan, who had worked very well to get in front of her defender, but it wasn't on. And then MacMillan continued to run, almost got in Lilly's space to beat her defender. You could see they exchanged a few short words there. They were a bit frustrated with each other.
Mia Hamm ready for yet another corner. Went near side, deflected out and cleared by Hara. And it rolls out. Should be another USA throw-in. 28th minute, USA up by a goal. Chastain was looking for Lilly, who was being hounded on that near side. Good defensive play by Isozaki. It's still a throw-in, though, for the U.S. Settled by Milbrett. She tried to turn. Shrugged off a challenge or two. Chastain let it go out. It was last touched by Japan. Quick throw to the byline. Milbrett across. It deflects out. Sawa takes it over and just clears it. Wanted to just play it safe. Look how far Mullinix is out now. Way out as she clears. Almost got that high enough. Had she done so, MacMillan would have been free on the right.
JP, that positioning by... Oh, I'm going to come back to this point. 1 second. That positioning by Mullinix is a sign of the change of times as far as the game and how it's developed, because the goalkeepers now are being forced to be very, very talented with their feet, and Mullinix is one of those players, probably the best in the world that I've seen from a goalkeeping standpoint, with both her right and left foot.
And at 22, she's only going to get better at that the more games she plays. We've seen her confidence rise since January to now. This one will roll on a play. It's the USA throw it. Hamm marked up from the side. Got away from Yamazaki. Nice move by Lilly. Shoulder to shoulder to the byline. The cross was knocked out, but that's all Christine Lilly working to get the USA yet another corner kick. This is their 9th. strong game last week for Christine Lilly, looking to end the year 2000 on another positive note. Chastain has the lone goal thus far. We're in the 29th minute. Hamm drives it across. Punched out by Yamago. Back into the box, or toward the box it went. Hara clears out. Lilly settles, trying to crack it up the left foot, and that'll hurt for a while. Off the face, it looked like, of the Japanese player. I thought it was Kobayashi. As the ball is back to Mullinix, it is Kobayashi. And Mullinix cleared it out to give her time to recover.
Well, Kobayashi just tries to provide some pressure. The Japanese defense is coming out. And look at Lilly. She's going to try and... Actually, that's a shot by Lilly, and you know how hard Lilly can shoot that ball. And Kobayashi's at the wrong place at the wrong time there, although a good defensive play on her part. Looks like she's holding her jaw. That's probably where she took that shot.
Despite being 19, she was on that World Cup 99 squad. They like her because they've overhauled this team, and she's still a part of it. Here's Pearce. All the way across. Chastain will hold. That one's blocked. Almost taken back by Milbrett. Now up the middle, Overbeck. Milbrett. Those fancy steps to the acceleration. Almost put it through the Hamm. Now to the right. Quick shot and going. Just missed the far post. I think the wake-up call came, and it might have been the Chastain goal that did it.
I would agree. They're definitely playing with a lot more fire, and this is Milbrett on fire. She serves a great ball out to MacMillan, who shoots it beautifully low, and it just looks like it even nicks that goalpost, JP.
Chastain will clear it as we're back to live action. Pushed back up. Intended for Hara. Bear is after the ball. This is Kobayashi. Nice moves on the dribble. And Sawa looked over the wrong shoulder. Hara helped her recover it. This portion of the match is being brought to you by John Paul Mitchell Systems. Sakai into the middle. Obey scored a goal against the USA in the Pacific Cup all the way back. Yamazaki. And it's going to be cleared right into space towards Hara. Japan maintains possession. That's a good ball back for Sawa. Reads it, but it wasn't read. It's back to Mullinix. Let's go downstairs for a secret sideline sighting. Rob Stone.
Well, JP, the game's only goal, courtesy of a cross into the box, which is convenient since we are tracking service success in this week's secret sideline sightings. And you see the numbers right there, fairly impressive. Again, the game's only goal came from it. And Wendy, this is an aspect of the U.S. women's national team game that you think has been lacking a little bit of late, but today it seems like they're turning it up.
Well, 50% success rate there. That means either a shot or a goal by the United States. That's a very high percentage. And I think one thing that's happening that we're seeing is that although the U.S. is playing in a two-front, and what I've been criticizing in games of past is that it doesn't seem like the midfield is working hard enough to fill numbers into the box. And that's what they're doing today very nicely. We saw Christine Lilly one time making a great run on the attack. But that's how they're going to be successful, especially in a two-front. A lot of times Milbrett and Hamm are one of the players who are serving the ball, so that takes them out of the play.
USA defensively trying to win that ball. Sobrero and Sawa help on the way from Pearce back to Mullinix, who clears. Not well. Lilly got to that somehow. Then Foudy. Settled there by Japan, and down the middle they go. Arakawa looks to get between Pearce and Sobrero, but she couldn't. And that ball is cleared out of play. Nakachi on the throw-in. USA up, but only by one. Long one. Rising over Mullinix. There'll be a goal kick for Siri and the U.S. national team. USA leading on a Chastain goal.
And it was a beautiful serve by MacMillan right into the sweet spot in the box. And a great header by Chastain. She just attacked it. And look at also how she heads it down and back in the direction that it came from. Marja Freire is going to keep it on the face, and sure enough, it went in.
34th minute now, USA with a one-goal lead, but attacking much better since the Chastain goal was scored back in the 26th minute. Arakawa. Kobayashi's down again, second time. Arakawa. She shows some nice moves here today. They had a foul and a yellow card's coming. Yellow card given to Cape Sobrero.
If JP, you know what I saw earlier was Chastain grabbing her jersey. So actually, Sobrero was the one that got carded for the foul, but the initial foul was by Chastain. Keep an eye out here. Look at Chastain. See if she grabs her jersey. Oh, actually, Chastain was the one who committed the foul. And again, this is a dangerous position to be giving up a free kick. It looked like the United States had plenty of numbers to stop her, but they go ahead and foul her, and this is a dangerous spot.
This portion of the match being brought to you by Bud Light. Kobayashi's taking the free kick. In the World Cup, Sawa took them all. So they may be developing this young lady as a new weapon here. With another roll for Sawa. It's played inside, and it's goal for Japan! They tied it! And I believe Sawa touched it in. We'll see. Sawa was there. Arakawa was there. Nice service, though, in the free kick, and it's 1-1.
JP, a lot of times, games come down to set pieces. Take a look at this free kick. Okay, now freeze it there. Oh, sorry, we were going to go ahead and telstrate, but we didn't. We can show it again. We can try it. Yeah. No, it looked like what happened was I was going to point out is that Chastain should have probably played that ball. She looked like she was in a position to be the first header.
Yeah. 35th minute. Looked like off Sawa's chest and in. But a change again in the way Japan does the attacking on the free kicks, because she took them and she wasn't effective in the last World Cup. But if somebody can serve balls in like that, Sawa becomes more effective and the team does. So it's 1-1 now. And after that USA wake-up call, they probably need another one, because Japan are right back in it. USA with a throw-in from Chastain. Off Hamm. And Hamm will move it up. Arakawa knocked out. Chastain didn't agree with that call. Man working with it. How the play it goes. They look to be a more competent team than 99, certainly. When they drew against Canada, then lost badly to Norway and Russia both. Another ball knocked out of play. Be another throw-in coming up for the USA. 1-1. Nearly 36 minutes gone. First half. Chastain ready for the throw-in. This time she's thinking of the long one. Going near post. There was a little bit of a nudge there. It wasn't called. That's what Foudy was complaining about. I thought she was right. Judy Foudy is captain this side when Carla Overbeck wasn't in uniform, and you would assume that she would be the heir apparent in that role. The next time this team gathers, who knows when that's going to be after they play a couple of games in China in January. All the emphasis will be on starting up a new league, so they may not play for a while. That's a tough hit there. Sakai is not hurt, but we've got a USA player down. Play continues with Fair. Trying to move it up, and now she's down. It was Hamm that went down on the collision with Sakai. Right down the middle, Arakawa. Mullinix comes out and won the foot race just barely. I didn't think she was going to get there. But again, that's been a vulnerable spot for the USA against Canada and Mexico, but here's some open space.
And a good counterattack ball there out to MacMillan. Oh, it's just end-to-end, JP. You know, Mullinix, she came up huge on the defensive end there. Look at this beautiful counterattack ball. Just springs her in, and that's Arakawa going up against Siri Mullinix, and Siri has to come out hard because she doesn't have a defender behind her either. The U.S. players just weren't fast enough on that counterattack on defense to get back and cover for Mullinix.
It's a ball out of play, lost out by the United States, so Japan will get it. Well, we know about Japan's short passing game. We saw a lot of it at the last World Cup, but they're playing more long balls, more stuff over the middle. They are a different team.
Well, a lot of coaches and coaching staffs rely on game footage to analyze another team, especially Japan hasn't seen the United States in person in a while. But if they've been watching game tapes, they know the U.S. is vulnerable on those balls in behind the defense.
Here's Pearce up the right side. Overbeck. All the way back. Yamago, 25-year-old goalkeeper. She played in that 4-1 loss, made 3 saves against the United States in the 2000 Pacific Cup. The last time Japan played as a national team was going back to June of this year. Pearce didn't hit that one well. It'll roll out for a Japan throw-in in the 39th minute. Mai Nakachi, an 18-year-old starter at the last World Cup. Off the throw-in, it'll be settled. Nakachi plays to Arakawa, and that's going to be cleared away. This portion of the match is being brought to you by MacMillan.
JP, the viewers may be surprised by some of the ages that you're mentioning for these Japanese players, but I actually believe that the reason they're developing these players is because they have a successful league back home, and these players are getting to compete a lot and play in a lot of matches, and that's what we feel will help develop our youth here in the United States is the WUSA.
Sobrero will hold it. We've seen a lot of games that the USA has played in. This is the first time I've seen another team have players warm up for virtually the entire first half. The players have been stretching, loosening up on the sideline ever since the first ball was kicked off. Arakawa comes back the other way. In his face, this is Hara. Out wide. Kobayashi makes a supporting run behind her. Hara looks, trying to play it across. It's blocked. Kobayashi and the outside flag was up.
And it was the United States that gave up a free kick. Okay, we're going to go ahead and freeze it right when it hits the Japanese player. Go ahead, freeze it there. I want to point out, it's a bit difficult to see, but go ahead, roll it. It looks like it goes off of her arm. She's surprised that Fair doesn't win that ball, and that's another reason I think Mullinix was kind of frozen on her line. It looked like Fair was going to win it. Again, take a look here. Definitely goes off of her arm. Unfortunately, the referee didn't see it. That was a handball.
Coming back the other way, and it's too far for Arakawa. Still 1-1 here, 41st minute. Mullinix will put it back in play. Three-year starter at the University of North Carolina. Won a couple of titles there. She'll play it long. Intended for Hamm. Coming all the way back. Arakawa and Chastain were there. Milbrett. Back left sideline. Here is Chastain. Brandi holds, left puts it long. Just a bit too far at the end. Looked like a decent ball at first, intended for Lilly, but the USA was still going to throw it out of it. 42nd minute. Milbrett should get a corner out of this. It was deflected out by Japan. 10th corner kick for the United States. Taking a majority of them, especially those on this side of the field.
They've had the best success and they've dumped it right in at about the 10-yard spot to Chastain making a run down the center.
Driven across. Yamago watches as it goes wide. Foudy will try to chase it down, but there's a goal kick coming up for Yamago. We invite you to stick around at halftime and join Rob Stone for the All-State Halftime Report and update on Carla Overbeck's tremendous career, an update on the men's national team, and our first half highlights. If you're just joining us, you may be surprised that Japan and the USA are involved in a 1-1 match here. Nearing halftime. Pearce will clear it. We're in the 43rd minute. Nice long ball, but too far for Sawa. Mullinix comes out and clears. Japan getting it back at the halfway line area. Now it's the USA on the recovery. To Fair. Fair, left side, Chastain. This portion of the match being brought to you by York, Peppermint Patty. Sandra Hunt stops play there. That foul as Hamm draws it. Free kick, United States. They'll play it over to Overbeck. Takes a look up. Lifts it long. For Lilly, who brought it down off the chest and trying to cross it over the bar. Good vision from Overbeck, spotting Lilly making the run.
There's no question about it. That's from years of playing together. And a tough ball that Christine Lilly took down on her chest with pressure around her. Actually would have thought that Carla's first option was going to be a shot, but you could tell by her body motion that she was looking for that serve.
Yamago clears towards the halfway line. Fair goes up. Fair with a nice recovery of it. Foudy. That ball is slightly deflected. It'll come back towards Fair. She runs it down. Right side, MacMillan. Ex-University of Portland star. Good wheels. Try to bend it inside. It's going to be cleared away by Yamazaki. Settle in the box of Japan. Hamm was putting pressure on, forcing the turnover. Here's MacMillan, no flag. Through across Yamago. There's a rebound out. It's Lilly. Holding. Trying to play it up. Blocked by Japan. And cleared out. USA had so many numbers in the box, it was important to deny Lilly's cross. Here's Lilly holding. And now Japan will miss kick it. It'll go out of play and get the job done in the 45th minute. Hamm to the byline. Trying to cross it out. And apparently that one was last touched by Mia, who's hurting. Taking a few knocks.
Oh, she has. Here's a beautiful ball. This is the last attack that MacMillan serves. A great ball. Look at this ball right across the face of the goal there. Milbrett, actually, if it was pulled out like another foot, Milbrett probably would have had a header on that near post. That was a great save by Yamago for Japan.
Two players collide near side, Chastain and Kobayashi.
This is what you call a professional foul. In not a very dangerous position on the other side of midfield, but Chastain goes in and she's gotten beat on the backside. So she goes ahead and fouls that player to stop the play.
That's the third hard knock for Kobayashi, who took a Lilly ball in the face earlier.
She's got a tough player. She just keeps bouncing back.
Got a USA throw-in. Chastain, who scored the game's first goal. Sawa gets the equalizer. That should do it. Sandra Hunt blows the whistle. At halftime, only played a few seconds of stoppage time. And in Carla Overbeck's final game in the USA national team jersey, she's looking to go out with a win, but right now, it's a draw. Japan and the USA, 1 apiece.
Hair that has spirit. Moving with confidence. Embraced by the energy of wind and sun. Luminous, resilient hair. Finding form and texture in nature. This is Paul Mitchell hair.
Remember, buy the real Paul Mitchell products in salons only.
Bud Light, proud sponsor of the U.S. women's soccer team and the 2000 U.S. Olympic team.
Hey, Brandi, watermelons are on sale.
Clean up in Protos. Officers continuing the pursuit on the ground. The truck is crossing all lanes. He's turning off. He's spinning out. Patrol units held aboard. Suspect moving. Suspect moving.
Can't get enough peanuts? Get a payday. Sweet caramel and tons of salty peanuts.
What if you cause a serious accident? How much coverage should you have? Do you want lower premiums or a smaller deductible? What about rental car reimbursement? Some people say they can put a policy together in 15 minutes. I've never thought doing it fast was as important as getting it right. You're in good hands with Allstate. Mine.
21, 22, 23, 24.
364. 365. 24.
365.
24.
7. 365.
Chevrolet, supporting U.S. Olympians 24/7, 365.
Hey, we gotta talk. That stuff only protects my vital parts for about 30,000 miles. And then what happens? You gotta change it. Make it easy on yourself. Give me Haviland Extended Life Antifreeze. It protects my sensitive parts for 5 years or 150,000 miles. That's 5 times longer than most of those conventional coolants. Now, let's talk oil.
Hey, Haviland Extended Life Antifreeze. Add more life to your car.
for the women's international match between the United States and Japan. Welcome back to Phoenix and the All-State Halftime Report. I'm Rob Stone. It will be a busy and stressful 2001 for the U.S. men's national team as they begin their final push for qualification for World Cup 2002. January 5th, Bruce Arena will call on his troops as they begin about 2 months of preparation and friendly games as they lead up to their first game of the World Cup qualifier versus Mexico. Just announced was a match versus China in Oakland, California, and also expect an early February match versus Colombia in South Florida to be announced very soon, as well as a road game later that month in Ecuador. Big news this week coming out of Major League Soccer. A jury unanimously found that MLS was not an illegal monopoly, as it had been claimed in a lawsuit filed by the players and funded by the NFL Players Association. Major League Soccer kicks off its 6th season in April. When we return to Phoenix, Arizona, the All-State Halftime Report will continue with the feature on today's leading lady, Carla Overbeck of the Red, White, and Blue.
Do you sometimes feel your life is upside down, disoriented, broken, confused, hurt? Let me tell you something. God specializes in turning our lives right side up. You say, that would take a miracle for me. Absolutely. Visit the Second Family and let God work that miracle in you.
Archer Jeep on the Southwest Freeway is overstocked and out of room. Come to Archer Jeep today and take advantage of incredible overstock savings, like $6,000 off brand new 2000 Cherokee Laredo, $6,000 off. Archer Jeep even has your choice of a new 2000 Jeep Cherokee or 2000 Chrysler Voyager. Just $199 a month. Yes, $199 a month. Jeeps are cheap at Archer Jeep. Overstocked and out of room. Archer Jeep, Southwest Freeway, exit Willcrest. Archer Jeep.
Michael Strahan and the Giants D need to keep the Cowboys down if they want a chance at the NFC East title. The Giants face the Cowboys at 8:30 on ESPN Sunday Night Football. It's football after dark.
It cost me something, but it was the right thing to do. I told him, he's your son, but statistics don't lie. It's just not good for a teenager to have one of these super fast cars. Insurance is all about protection. Now, if I help put that kid behind the wheel of that car, who am I protecting? You're in good hands with Allstate. Mine.
We live in a world of illusions. You see something, you think it's real. Sometimes it is.
Sometimes it's not. Like counterfeit hair care products that look like Paul Mitchell or say they have the same formula, like the ones you might find in drugstores or supermarkets. Don't be fooled by their looks, because we can only guarantee they're Paul Mitchell if you get them in a salon.
Remember, what you see
isn't always what you get.
For a Paul Mitchell signature salon, call this number.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Happy birthday to me.
For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down.
Hello? Security?
Make it a Bud Light.
Welcome back to Phoenix, Arizona, and the All-State Halftime Report. We're tied at 1 at the break. As we mentioned at the outset of today's broadcast, Carla Overbeck, the captain of the U.S. team since 1993, playing her final international match. Now, the mother of one will continue her soccer playing career next season with the WUSA's Carolina Tempest, but today marks her 168th and final game representing the Red, White, and Blue. After 13 seasons and captain of 4 World Championships with the U.S. women's national team, Carla Overbeck has decided to move on and retire from the international game she's given so much to. While her presence will be gone, the impact she made will never be forgotten.
She's a remarkable human being to be around, and I don't know that coaches can really put enough emphasis on what Carla does. Through and through, I don't think she knows anything other than being a perfect role model for kids and for people around her.
A perfect role model she has been to the many younger players coming up behind her. They realize they will be missing one of the game's greats.
Just what she's done for the team and soccer in the last 12 years has been outstanding. Losing her is just a great loss. She is the women's national team, and she just is one of those people like that can just change everything. And you want to play for her. You want to give it 100% for her because it's just someone you look up to more than anyone else in the world.
This team means so much to me. You know, for the last 13 years I've been a part of it, you know, with the best and greatest people in the world. Not playing alongside of them again, although I haven't even thought about it, might be kind of sad.
The end of the Overbeck era just 45 minutes away. When the Allstate halftime report returns, first half highlights of this 1-1 game with JP Della Camera and Wendy Gebauer.
Introducing new Kit Kat Big Cat. Thicker, bigger, crunchier. Is your mouth ready?
You worry about your car lasting? Imagine going 500 miles in one stretch at 200 miles an hour. That gets out the life right out of your car. That's why my team has always used Hamm motor oil. The same unique formulation you can get for your car. Technically speaking, protection I'm talking about. Why aren't you guys working?
Let's hear it for the lady. The one whose work is never done. Without you, none of us would even be here. Here's to you, Mom. From a car with the right stuff to get you through it all. Chevy Malibu. The car you depend on every day. Just like you, we'll be there.
Bud Light, proud sponsor of the U.S. women's soccer team and the 2000 U.S. Olympic team.
Hey, Brandi, watermelons are on sale.
Clean up in produce.
What if you cause a serious accident? How much coverage should you have? Do you want lower premiums or a smaller deductible? What about rental car reimbursement? Some people say they can put a policy together in 15 minutes. I've never thought doing it fast was as important as getting it right. You're in good hands with Allstate. Mine.
Welcome back, everyone, to Bank One Ballpark in Phoenix, Arizona. It's home of Major League Baseball's Arizona Diamondbacks. But today it's soccer. USA won and Japan won. Along with Wendy Gebauer, I'm John Paul Della Camera. Shots are pretty close. Corner kicks lopsided for the USA. And all we have is 2 goals in both Wendy off set pieces.
Well, we see it in so many games. A lot of times we know both of these teams haven't been together in training sessions, and you could see it paid off on this first goal here. Japan was not well organized in the box. Brandi Chastain was making a beautiful run down the center of the field. Look at this, at the 7-yard box, just heads it down and home, and Japan can't organize behind her. But here's the lack of practice time for the United States. They give up a iffy goal. It looked like maybe a handball, but they gave up a free kick in a very dangerous position, and it paid off for Japan. Beautiful serve in the box and back of the net.
Well, Japan have never beaten the United States. This is quite an accomplishment for them to be level at halftime. The second half comes your way after the break from Phoenix. It's 1-1.
Personal question. What does it take to make a house into a home? In other words, What's missing from this scene? Furniture? Food? A family, that's it? No. When the Lord dwells in the heart of every individual who lives in a house, guess what? It becomes a home.
When you buy and sell in volume, you can sell at a lower price. And Sakai Chevrolet does. We're on our way to becoming the #1 high-volume, low-price Chevy dealer in Texas. Sakai Chevrolet has the volume inventory, and we'll give you the low price. 2001 Camaros starting at $14,688. 2001 Cavaliers priced from $10,988. 2001 Malibus from only $13,988. High volume, low prices, and still no charge for that great Sakai feeling.
You called him a hoophead. I didn't say that. That's just some label corporate America uses to package us. Big time, man. Wake up. Open your eyes, dude.
Hey, we gotta talk. That stuff only protects my vital parts for about 30,000 miles. And then what happens? You gotta change it. Make it easy on yourself. Give me Haviland Extended Life Antifreeze. It protects my sensitive parts for 5 years or 150,000 miles. That's 5 times longer than most of those conventional coolants. Now, let's talk oil.
Hey! Haviland Extended Life Antifreeze. Add more life to your car.
Hair that has spirit. Moving with confidence. Embraced by the energy of wind and sun. Luminous, resilient hair. Finding form and texture in nature. This is Paul Mitchell hair.
Remember, buy the real Paul Mitchell products in salons only.
It cost me something, but it was the right thing to do. I told him, he's your son, but statistics don't lie. It's just not good for a teenager to have one of these super fast cars. Insurance is all about protection. Now, if I help put that kid behind the wheel of that car, who am I protecting? You're in good hands with Allstate. Mine.
Welcome back, everyone, to Phoenix, Arizona. Japan won, United States won. Carla Overbeck's last game in a USA national team uniform. She wants to go out with a winner. Players, her teammates would like to get it for her, but it's 1-1 at this point. Both goals off set pieces. No subs for either side. At the back, Sobrero. And right now it's 3 at the back, with Chastain way up more to left midfield, and we'll see if that's the way they play it this half. They can't play with 3 in the back. Going to take it away. Hamm came back for it, and too far away for Shannon MacMillan on the wing. We got a throw in for Japan. Up for Hara. MacMillan was there. Nakachi lost it. Help was there from Kasajima, and it's cleared out again. Another throw-in coming up. This course of the match being brought to you by Haviland. This throw-in belongs to the United States. It is MacMillan. Shannon's long throw. Cleared away. And it rolls away. Japan could not settle that one down. Pearce comes over for the throw-in. Ball's been out of play more than it's been in play at the start of this second half.
And again, we saw this in the first half. U.S. has come out strong, and they're in the Japanese end here, but it's just a question of whether they get a goal to capitalize on that.
Got to play down again for the United States. It looked like Hamm, and it is. She has been knocked down at least 4 times today, and sometimes off the ball, sometimes on the ball. We'll get a... Mia's getting back up, but slowly. Boy, it's been a hard year for her with the knock she's taken. She's played indoors too, bothered a bit by her shoulder injury.
Well, we saw her take a really hard hit in the Canada game, which is the first game of this Glory Tour, and she's been playing with a bum shoulder. And you see here, probably Japan is realizes that. They take her down. They just sandwiched her from both sides, and she fell on that shoulder.
Overbeck, way up, pushing it over. Settled by Foudy. Foudy inside the box. Tried to cross it. It's knocked out for a corner kick for the United States. They dominated in that stat. This is number 11. They had 10 in the first half to none for Japan. Played across. Yamago sends it away. Throw in U.S. Corey Fair over there now. She'll give it to MacMillan to take it. Sandra Hunt wants to stop play because the Japanese player is down. And it's Kobayashi again. She may have turned an ankle. What a warrior. Her and Hamm have taken the award today for most times knocked down and knocked around. That's the 4th time for her. And each time something different.
I'll have to admit, I didn't see her knee wrapped in the first half. Did you mention that?
No, I didn't see it either. I don't think it was.
She must have went into halftime a bit beat up. We certainly know that she was beaten up a lot in the first half. But yeah, it looks like she's wrapped there and she's holding her knee. Well, I tell you, we've seen a lot of rough play. Look at early in the first half, there's Capt Sobrero, and then Hamm going down. Just fouls all over the place.
Inside the box, Japan will have to make a decision right now. They're playing with 10 players. Hara plays that ball up. And the long ball. Couldn't reach it. Arakawa was after it. Mullinix clears. Hamm brought it down. Defended by Isozaki, and down goes Mia. Again, some rough treatment. Pushed up on the left side. Tiffany Milbrett. USA with a 1-player advantage, 11 v 10, with Kobayashi out, but up on the sidelines, Fujimura, and she's going to come on. It's over by the 4th official. She won't come on just yet. Now Sandra Hunt is just given a yellow card. It looked like to Sawa, but we'll verify that. It's a corner kick for the United States.
JP Milbrett doesn't have any space to take this kick.
Given across and turn away.
I can understand it in a situation like that why they would choose to do a short corner. It looked like Japan had that covered this time.
And they got Kobayashi back out on the field right when they had the sub up, so I'm a little bit surprised. Kobayashi got involved in that play. There'll be a throw-in coming out for the United States. I'd like to verify if we could have got that yellow card. I thought it might be Sawa. It wasn't a big ceremony in terms of the presentation of it. Throw-in coming up for Japan. Let's go downstairs to Rob Stone as Japan makes a substitution. Rob.
Well, in that last foul, Hamm went down. Head coach April Heinrich just yelled out, "Let's get her off." So right now, Mary Frances Monroe just came over, gave the sub pass. She'll be coming in for Mia momentarily. Also spoke with April just before the kickoff the second half. She told me that defensively, the U.S. was socially loafing, just not pleased at all with the defensive play. And they're trying to unbalance Japan, come down the left side, attack down the right side. She said she was mulling over 2 subs to start off the second half. Obviously went with none, but now we'll get our first sub as Hamm will be coming out momentarily.
Thanks, Rob. There'll be a throw-in coming up for the United States. I mean, injuries are something you always dread, but especially last game of the year. You don't want to see anything happen here.
Well, the only good thing is that players like Hamm and, of course, Carla, who's gone into surgery this week for her foot, they have a lot of time to recover. Now their focus is to get ready for the league, which starts in April.
Here sends it in. Knocked once and then turned away by Japan. This portion of the match is being brought to you by Chevrolet. 1-1 if you're just joining us. 52nd minute, USA and Japan. MacMillan brings it down. Runs into the box. MacMillan a low cross. Milbrett couldn't get it. Foudy shot is blocked. And now it's turned away. Throw in USA.
The U.S. is so dangerous when they get MacMillan the ball out wide. They got to keep doing that.
Chastain bends it in. Blocked by Japan. They try to knot it out. Second header works. And Japan have gotten out of danger. They look for the quick counter, but the USA are back in numbers. And all the way back it goes to Mullinix. Mullinix with a clearance. The U.S. looking for it. They send it back. Yamago is there in goal. Hamm, they've already got it up by the 4th official, her number. She's going to be coming out. once they get the referee's attention. Up that right side, Fujimura. Looking for Sawa. Blocked by Overbeck out to Chastain. Yamazaki right up the middle. Hara. The 1-2. Now on the third pass, Arakawa has it on the right. In the box, Hara laid it off. She thought the help was coming and it was too far back. That would have been a great play.
So it looked like the United States defense stopped a bit. They got to continue playing through the questionable offsides call.
Mia Hamm's going to be coming out. Mary Frances Monroe will replace her. Mary Frances Monroe out of the University of Connecticut. It'll be her third cap. She's a three-time All-American. One of the reasons, certainly, for Mia to come out has to be, Wendy, the physical pounding she has taken today.
Well, if Japan scouted the fact that she's got a bum shoulder, it looks like they have here. They're taking her down every chance. Now, the problem, too, I think, with her shoulder bothering her a bit is that she's probably unbalanced and she's not able to protect herself when she's going down. But you know, we talked about Hamm. She's a leading assist getter for this U.S. team this year. She is all the time double, triple teamed, and that is why, you know, players like Carlo and Milbrett are left open on the attack. So although she isn't a scoring leader, and people always expect that of her every year, she's done so much for this United States attack.
And another reason why 5 players on this team were in double figures in terms of goals scored. Previous high was 3, but now there's more balance. Lilly. Foudy. See how Mary Frances Monroe does. One of the newcomers brought to this team this week. Here's Sobrero. Look it up. The ex-Notre Dame All-American. Tries the long ball approach. It's a long, long run for Lilly, who may get that ball off a deflection. Now it's cleared by Japan. Out to Fair. Lori Fair holds. Dribbles it against Sakai. Got around 1, but not 2. Sakai with a good recovery. Pushed that back dangerously. Dan nearly gave up a corner kick out of it. Here's Hara. Number 10, Hara, one of the more impressive players in the field today for either side. Arakawa. The foul is called on her. The USA will have a free kick. It up into the box. Milbrett brought it down, tried to flick. Fair. Shot it over.
You know, the first option for the United States on any free kick play is to set it down really quickly and try and catch Japan off guard, but it's not always on, and I do like the way they're trying to mix up these set pieces. Chastain serves a really, really nice ball into the box. Milbrett's making that near post run, flicks it back, and Fair's in support, but just a tough angle and a tough ball. I think if the ball was on the ground, better prepared by Milbrett for Fair, she would have had a better scoring chance there.
Back live, Japan on the ball. Nakachi plays it back. Cleared away by Yamazaki. By the halfway line, it comes back towards Milbrett. On the touch, she and Lilly work together. This portion of the match being brought to you by Secret. Cleared wide right. Japan with Sawa trying to use the flank. Arakawa's with her. Then Sawa went down. Chastain looked like got a piece of her. Off a block. USA will get it back. Switched over by Foudy to MacMillan. Shannon MacMillan's long ball down the right side, looking for a former collegiate teammate, Timothy Milbrett. No foul called on either player. Milbrett stays with it. 15 goals on the air for Tiffany as she plays it across. Japan will settle, move it out, and then it's picked off. Overbeck way up. Left side, Chastain. A 1-1 match. Chastain trying to break it here. Taken away, and here comes Japan. They've got numbers for them on the attack against 4 right now.
JP, one of the reasons they have numbers is because Foudy was making that overlapping run on Chastain. If you commit a midfielder that far into the attack, you got to find her. And then instead, Chastain went inside where all the pressure was.
She was caught, and Overbeck was caught too. They're working on Mia Hamm on the sidelines.
No, she got beat up. We saw from that package that we ran earlier, the highlight package of the fouls. She has been on the other end of a lot of fouls.
We didn't show them all. Here's Fair. Here's MacMillan. Inside the box. Frees up the left foot. Knotted down by Japan. A That was a great defensive header, winning that ball and clearing it out. MacMillan back to Pearce. Look at the pressure from Nakachi. What energy from the Japanese players. And now Arakawa goes after it. They've been here since Wednesday, about a 13-hour air trip with a stop in San Francisco, but they look very fresh here today.
They're confident. I mean, they go into halftime and won one game. It's a brand new ball game. Very easily could have been 2-0 if the U.S. had taken advantage of some of their other scoring chances. But they go in tied. I mean, this is for the first half, that's a victory for Japan. So they're pumped up.
On the sidelines for the USA is Raygor, so she will be the next substitute. What an interesting story she is. She's going to come on for Christy Pearce. Wendy, you know her from her days as Kerry Sanchez. She's not played for the national team in 6+ years.
But it doesn't surprise me that she has been invited back in. She went into the combine for the WUSA. There's a happy Christy Pearce coming off. Definitely a good round of applause for her. She's had a great year. But Carrie Raygor comes in, and she was incredibly fit. What people don't realize is that she came to UNC and actually ran track the first year, so her fitness level has never been in question. And she's just experienced, and she's been coaching.
There's the cross. Yamago missed it, and it goes out.
She's been coaching at University of Oregon, and a lot of times players will mature even though they're not playing consistently because they're actually on the other side of the coin and actually teaching players. Look at this beautiful ball by MacMillan. Bends away from the keeper, and it looks like Monroe just kind of was surprised by the cross. Again, beautiful ball, and unfortunately, you need someone with a little more size on the other end of that.
Back to live action. Mary Frances Monroe after that loose ball is cleared out of play. We have throw-in coming up for the USA. Chastain on the wing. Brought down. Lilly pushes it back outside. Chastain back to Kate Sobrero. Carrie Raygor making her first touch. Playing it up the right side. And an obvious push by Japan. Those are easy to call.
Yeah. Even we can call those, Chippy.
Isozaki with a two-hand push. MacMillan. Tiffany Milbrett trying to get free. Good hard work. Kasajima with a great one-on-one job defensively. Clears it out, though. The USA will have a throw-in. Some good one-on-one battles here, with the defense winning in many cases for Japan. Lilly fights it through. She wins it, but the shot was blocked. Lilly again. Left-footed shot blocked. USA being very aggressive there, but now there's a turnover, and here comes Japan. Arakawa. Well, they're not playing conservative. She broke, and so did 5 or 6 of her teammates, so they're not sitting back, they're not protecting, they're not playing for a draw. They're going at them. USA will have the ball. This portion of the match being brought to you by Allstate. 1-1, 61st minute. USA and Japan last week. It was the 70th minute. USA trailed Mexico by 1 goal, and then Parlo scored twice in 5 minutes to take it over for the USA.
And I think that could be the difference here, JP, is that they don't have a player with Parlo's height. It's so nice to be able to put her in the game, and she wins air balls, and the United States doesn't have that right now in the box. And as well, it puts them into a 3-front, and they get numbers in the attack. I'm still partial to the 3-front. It's really the only system I've ever played in, but I've also seen the United States, you know, they won the '99 World Cup in a 3-front.
Milbrett's corner. It's settled. It's Lilly. Chipped up far side. She was going far post, and Yamago got that. That was the USA with a big advantage in this game in terms of the corner kicks. The shots were close at halftime, but still, just a 1-1 game. USA's at 13 corner kicks. Right there, up for MacMillan. Long run, near side. Mary Frances Monroe getting the feet all tangled up, but got a throw for her side. Well done. The 3-time All-American at UConn, knocked down, and Japan will clear. Sawa, nice move, but then she got put there by Fair unintentionally. Sobrero, quick release. And getting numbers back quickly. Chastain in, that's cleared. Foudy trying to follow it up. She'll get this, but then played it across, and it's picked off.
JP, Foudy seems kind of tired. She's usually a lot more involved in the playmaking. We haven't really seen her a whole lot out there. I think if they're going to pull this game out, she needs to really get more involved in the attack.
Back to Mullinix. And brought down by Mary Frances Monroe. Tackled out. USA's ball. And they're going to make another substitution. This time it'll be Japan. They'll bring out Mai Nakachi and bring on Kimura, who was on the '96 Olympic team, but not on the World Cup team. And the new coach is giving Kimura a shot. Raygor into the middle. Here's Sobrero. Left side, Chastain. Ball deflected out. It belongs to Japan. Nearly 63 minutes gone here. Still a 1-1 game. Both goals off set pieces. Chastain and Sawa, the respective goal scorers.
JP, to reference Rob's comments after talking to Coach Heinrichs at halftime, one of the things that she wanted to see them do better was unbalance the Japanese team. And what that means is changing the point of the attack as quickly as they can. Now, one way to do that is through the back line, but they're just not doing it quick enough. And we've already talked about Foudy hasn't been involved as much in the attack. To get her more involved and get the change of point going through the back. I just think what's happening is that the United States is allowing Japan to kind of balance back into a counter, into a bunker, which is, we know how hard it is to beat a bunker defense.
Mullinix will play it up. Milbrett's touch. Back towards Milbrett. And now it's cleared away. USA will have it on a throw-in. Into Foudy. Tackled away from her. Japan are back with that push-up. Hara with a nice recovery. That ball deflects. Sawa, well, a quick judgment, and it almost worked. Kimura knocked it out. Right side, Mary Frances Monroe looks for some space. Tackled away. Yamazaki's down and hurt, apparently. She's still down. Japan with the ball. They should try to move it and clear it out. Now, Sandra Hunt will stop play. And they will take a look at the injured Japanese defender, Yuka Yamazaki, in her international debut today against the U.S. national team.
So we have an opportunity to take another look at it here. Here's Mary Frances Monroe going in pretty strong. She stays on her feet, but it's Yamazaki who goes down. Hard to tell, but she definitely got tangled up. Don't know whether it's a knee or an ankle, but she got tangled up. Just making a really good defensive play on her part. But unfortunately, she may even have gotten stepped on.
She walked off under her own power, needs the referee's permission before she can come back on. And they're waiting for that now. Now as it's cleared away, they will give her permission to come back on. Here's MacMillan lifting it up. And it's cleared out of play. Throw in for Shannon MacMillan in the United States. 66th minute, 1-1 game. In the box. Milbrett looked to turn and appeared to lose her balance. Arakawa not enough on that ball. And then it's knocked out by Overbeck. It belongs to Japan. MacMillan, two players holding each other. No foul called on either player. MacMillan on the sideline. Tries to cross it. It was slightly deflected and cleared away. USA should get to this. They do with Chastain up the middle. Still going. Give and go. Chastain. That last touch failure was too far in front of her. Otherwise, she walks in. Great play all around by the U.S. And Yamago will clear. After all that hard work, USA must come back now and defend.
JP, Chastain loves to attack. We talked earlier about how she was one of these front runners that was converted into a back, and every chance she gets, she goes into the attack.
Another throw-in coming up, this time for Japan. Great effort from Chastain, and that last touch just a bit too far in front of her.
This is a bad clear by Japan, right up, silver platter to Chastain. She looks up, she combines here, right down the center of the field, and her touch, unfortunately, just gets away from her.
Back to live action. We've got a MacMillan throw in this portion of the match being brought to you by John Paul Mitchell Systems. 67th minute. 1-1, USA and Japan. Japan have never beaten nor drawn with the USA in 14 previous tilts. Milbrett plays it back. Foudy's pass is blocked. Hara will switch. Raygor heads it up. Yamazaki's pass up the middle. Hara. Recovered by Foudy to Chastain left. Brandi will move it upfield. Milbrett. Milbrett will hold. Outside left. Foudy leaves it on. Played all the way across. And that's going to be cleared. There looks. Overbeck also. Two players are down. Quick shot. Went wide. Fair just getting up slowly. But a Japanese defender got hurt in the process too. Who is just now getting back up as well. We got Rob Stone standing by. And he's with Greg Overbeck. And I think I see Jackson down there, Rob.
Yeah, we got Greg and Jackson Overbeck. Greg's pointing out Mom right now, who's probably shaking off something. Just how proud of you, and what did you say to your wife before her final international game?
Just good luck and go get them. You know, it's one of many that she's played, so we're just glad it's over. It's been a great trip and a great career, but it'll be nice to have Mommy and Jackson home.
How are you going to celebrate the end of this great international career?
Well, we'll wait till we get home, but we'll have a bottle of champagne and just, you know, look back, probably watch a couple videotapes and stuff that she's done over her career and look over the World Cup memorabilia. But, you know, that'll be in the next few months. We've got a new house to move into, so we've got lots to do.
Congratulations, guys. Enjoy the rest of the game. Thank you.
Rob, how come you didn't interview Jackson? What's up with that?
I was going to. They cut me out. I was going to talk to Jackson.
1-1 here, Japan and the United States, and it's a free kick coming up for Japan. Played upfield, brought down by Hara. Chastain and Mullinix. And Chastain will just take it over. That one's blocked. Here's Sobrero. Right down the middle. Milbrett was looking for it. She almost could have gotten to that had the ball gotten by. Obey pushed it out. Not enough pace on that ball, but Kimura still has it. Up the wing it goes, and Raygor is back for it.
JP, it's interesting to listen to Greg's comments. Last weekend in Houston, I was able to attend the surprise party for her, surprise retirement party, and it was just so moving and touching. And when Carla got up at the end of the night and spoke about, you know, this whole retirement issue, she just broke down and thanked Greg for being such a supportive husband. But she said, you know, I'm going to miss this family, but now it's time for me to be with my true family. And she just said, you know, he's been so supportive. I haven't been there as a wife, and it's just been hard. So he has been incredibly supportive, but it marks the end of a great career. But obviously, she'll play for the Carolina team and still continue to play. You know, it's just nice to see her have the opportunity to spend some time at home.
Well, she's trying to make sure her team is organized here because this is Japan, if you can believe it, their first corner kick. 12-1 USA with the edge, and Overbeck wanted to make sure everyone has their proper assignment. This portion of the match being brought to you by York Peppermint Patty. Struck hard and wide. Mullinix was coming out and changed her mind. It settled and cracked back inside the box, and now cleared out. Sakai has the shot. Japan holds. Kimura has it blocked out by Mary Frances Monroe. 71st minute. Still a 1-1 game. Arakawa. Out of play. Still belongs to Japan. Japan still shows a lot of energy, so if you think that they're going to fade or get fatigued, we haven't seen it yet. Over 70 minutes.
Well, and heart and confidence takes you a long way, and they're playing with a lot of heart, and they're confident because it's a 1-1 game against the United States.
Throw in for Kimura, 27-year-old, in her fourth international match. Brought down and turned away. Lilly was detained there. Comes all the way back. Yamazaki will switch. USA putting pressure on the ball. Nearly forced a turnover. Yamazaki up the middle. At least it started that way. Then Chastain got it. Brandi again from Julie Foudy down the left sideline. Milbrett makes one run. Milbrett trying to cross it. Yamazaki let it go, knowing that it was a goal kick. 73rd minute.
Milbrett looks a little frustrated there. I think she was trying to turn the corner on her defender, and their touch just got a little bit away from her.
Tiffany will be moving from West Coast to East Coast. She'll play for the New York Power, the WUSA. Cleared away by Japan. Obey played it wide. Japan will move it up the flank. Covered up well by Raygor, who drew the foul anyway. Belongs to the United States. 1-1 game, 73rd minute. So rule it as a throw-in as that ball went out. No foul. Look at Lilly being held by two players. And Julie Foudy said, call something. And Senator Hunt does stop play. That's one way to stop Christine Lilly. Not legal, but stopped her.
There aren't many ways to stop her, but that's one.
Hey, come on, knock it off.
Raygor will send it over. Sobrero